Now that Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 81 is officially out, it's time to officially dive into what's happened in this chapter and other possible things that will likely be explored down the line, and other things we'll discuss in today's video. Kicking things off, Shikamaru is now the Hokage with Konohamaru as the advisor. We see that he and Sarada are arguing about Boruto's innocence, but obviously Shikamaru isn't buying it. However, one thing that Sarada does mention is that Naruto went after Sasuke and brought him back to the village after he was on his rogue crime spree. This is interesting because it looks like Sarada does know about Sasuke's past, and it looks like she might have learned that during the time skip to try to help Boruto's case, but to no avail. Next up, we see Kawaki looking at Naruto and Hinata in his Daikokun dimension. After that, Sarada and Sumire talk about how the omnipotence has affected things over time. And then the girls go to Ada with Damon there to discuss the possibility of reversing the omnipotence, which is looked at as impossible, and Ada seems to finally understand even more about her ability than she did before, and also mentions that it would be better to overwrite the current situation. However, there's a risk to it, which is interesting because what kind of risk will it be, which I'm sure we'll get an answer to down the line. But Ada is more curious on how Sarada and Sumire retain their memories, and if they're even really allured by her, with Damon giving them the death stare. But Sumire quickly recovers and says that they are, with Ada believing it, but I doubt Damon does, and it looks like at some point it's going to be a clash between them and Damon. Cut to Kawaki and Mitsuki having a conversation about Boruto, with it ending after Kawaki calls Mitsuki a nuisance and flying off after being informed of the claw marks. However, it looks like Mitsuki is having doubts about Kawaki, which would make sense because obviously he doesn't act like Boruto. So maybe Mitsuki at some point is going to break out of the omnipotence, or he could have already broke out and is playing double agent. But one thing's for sure is that he's definitely starting to question things. The same with Himawari, but in a different way, because she has doubts about Boruto being evil and references a time where Kawaki saved her from Delta, but thinks it was Boruto, and she thinks Naruto is alive somewhere. But it could be chalked up to her having a big heart like her father does and likes to see the good in people, but it's clear Himawari is affected by the omnipotence. We see that Kawaki has mastered his fully matured dojutsu and is actively working with Shikamaru and others to get rid of Code's claw marks, and even shrunk it off of someone's neck who didn't know that it was there. It's interesting because it looks like Kawaki has grown to respect Shikamaru, which is different from how their relationship was before. Now what came next is the clawgrams finally come to Konoha by entering a claw mark of a random citizen and start attacking. We see Kawaki defend people from them, and we also see that Sarada's base has increased as she's able to one-shot kick one of the clawgrams. But there is a lot of them, and before the fight starts, Code then makes his entrance with a big scar over his eye, which is new and causes a question of how he got it. He states that he's looking for Boruto, but according to Sarada, Boruto hasn't been in the leaf for 3 years, confirming that the time skip is 3 years long. Code then claims that he's been looking for Boruto for 2 years with no luck, so he comes to Konoha to go after the people Boruto cares about to draw him out of hiding, with Sarada being first on the list. Before anything happens, Boruto makes his grand entrance and return to Konoha by stomping on Code's slashed eye. Code tries to attack, but Boruto easily dodges it. Sarada, of course, is shocked to see Boruto after 3 years of him being away. Kawaki then comes to the scene and acknowledges that Boruto finally comes back. The last panel closes with Code, Kawaki, and Boruto, assuming that the next chapter sets up a three-way fight between them, or Boruto and Kawaki team up to take out Code and fight each other after. Overall, I really enjoyed this chapter. It didn't waste any time getting into action. There's some things it set up, like a big one is the disappearance of Sasuke, because he wasn't with Boruto when he came back, so in the next chapter we'll probably get an answer to that. Another one is how did Code get his eye scar, and other things that I'll make videos on. Let me know what you guys think and have a great day.